Hi y'all, Freeze Cracked here. Hey, I'm kind of bored, and I got this piece of a spall of rainbow, although I don't see any rainbow in it. It's kind of a jelly look. It came from Davis Creek, California. And what I thought I'd do is try and attack it using just this small size moose billet and nothing else, and see how that goes. So the concept of this kind of stuff is you put yourself at a disadvantage by virtue of not using everything you normally use, and then you see if you can work your way out of it. And I would not expect the result to be nice, because I'm kind of working against myself on it, but the goal is to see, the goal is to not be bored and to goof around and have fun. Of course, the most dangerous part is this, although thin edges break easily, so the whole thing is kind of a problem at the moment. And I'm using the leather initially. There's gas cuts deep into this, so I'm gonna lose a lot of this. There's no way around it. Plus this damaged area from the bulb of percussion initially when it was spalled. Now the not being able to really abrade is less of an issue in this case than if I were using copper. Although if I were using copper, I could abrade better with the end of the copper. Don't want to do a lot of that. That's hinging into that cortex type stuff. Well, that's not good. That's biting in. You can go downward more. A little bit of convexity, because this is just a weird surface that needs a lot of care in trying to attack. See, that chattered and ran all the way over here, but there's all those little gas cuts and stuff in there. And you say, you know, people, dang it. I don't have good lighting here to see what's sticking in me. People, you know, talk a lot about how to make flakes run. Well, those two flakes ran way more than halfway, and there's no abrading on this edge. I mean, that's a pretty darn sharp edge. And you're like, well, why did they run? Well, two reasons. Number one, even though the edge isn't abraded, this is counterintuitive and it's against everything that I normally say and other people say. If you'll see that edge, it's high. You know, it's rolled upward a little bit almost. What that does is that stiffens it. And you say, well, aren't you hitting high? Doesn't that jeopardize this? Well, this is still thick, but the other thing is I'm supporting underneath. And I'm hitting downward, but I'm supporting underneath, and so it forces the situation where the flake isn't gonna fold the workpiece. And it still can fail sometimes, so you gotta do it pretty well. So I guess if Marty's watching, we'll call this antler scrunching. And this is not, by any stretch of the imagination, I'll say it again, this is not correct procedure, and this is not the best way to do things. This is a non-boring Saturday goof-off experiment. And a fair number of these platforms are going to crush because they're not really even platforms. But some of them are not crushing and some of them are working. So, but I need to get rid of some of this end because that's got a big cut, big gas cut in there. And by the way, this is kind of flat. So what I really want to do is get this skinned, and after I get this skinned, go down a little bit with it, get rid of all this junk, and then as it comes up, then all this convexity here, I can start getting rid of some of that. And I can do that now over here, but I like to thin the ends instead of the middle first. So that went all the way across, met this one, so all that surface crap is gone there. You see this support technique? Okay, I got it supported in the middle several places. I've got my finger on that end supporting it and my finger right underneath this end supporting it. So even though I'm hitting on the end snap possibility is very low, because the other thing that I'm doing, I'm hitting inward. You know, that flake, you can see it came inward some. I saw somebody post online that they didn't like to watch video. They didn't want to watch video because they wanted to figure the stuff all out on their own. Well, I just think a fair amount of the stuff isn't intuitive. So it makes it dangerous trying to figure it out on your own, because what you can do is you can end up practicing doing something a way that you think is the best practices way that you figured out on your own, it might not be an okay way. So then you're practicing doing it in a manner, you're getting good at doing it in a manner that long term is going to be problematic for you. And don't get me wrong, I like figuring stuff out on my own too, but this is some complicated stuff. I'm being kind of careful here because I am hitting above the edge and I've got all this gas cut area and damaged area and everything like that. So this is definitely, and plus I didn't want to be out in the sun. I wanted to be out in the sun actually, where I could see better, but I can't really turn my fan on when I'm out there because it makes too much noise to video. And quite frankly, it's freaking hot here. Most of the time, yesterday I was out here and I was working a really, really bad rock. I mean, like maybe the toughest, most difficult rock to flake that I've ever worked, maybe. And on top of that, which was really dumb, it was one of the worst air quality days of the year so far. With unhealthy levels of ozone and particulate matter. So I don't know what I'm doing. See all that mess? Isn't that crazy? That's all just, you know, from where it was trying to solidify with crap in it. When I get that edge rolled up too high, I start feeling like I need to come in at an angle and sharpen it back up a little. This is really dangerous because the way that's all cut up, it can fail easily, and if it does, it's going to fail in a manner that might make it, you know, run all the way through. You know, break this way and run all the way across and cut. There we go. So I was shooting for the side of that, and I cut off some of the side of that, and that ran over there and did some real good cleanup. So that helps. But I still got, you know, some danger. Got a little more of the side of it, but I mean, I got this big old, can you see that? I got this big old warty hump on there. And it's okay in that, I mean, I don't even know why I'm worried about it, because I can just come on in. I need to take that off anyway. I come on in with that, but by the way, I'm just making up some of the stuff as I go along because I haven't done this before. I mean, I've worked a little bit with abo. I was surprised the other day. I was counting up and looking at some of the stuff I worked on and made, and I had done more abo stuff than I realized, but I still haven't done a lot. Ha! Broke it off. So it's going to be okay with that, I think. Maybe. You need to dump that dust off your pad. It's not dust, it's really nasty. You need to dump that off your pad. Especially, don't hit on your leg with that crap on your pad, because you will be attempting to get it out of your eyes. Of course, my wife was telling the story to my kids the other day about how recently she was outside watering at night, and I come out there and lay down in the street on the angle at the bottom of the driveway and held my eye open and got her to pour water in my eye because I felt something was in it. But to me, that's the best way to, I mean, I'm not giving you advice, but I attack, if I feel like I've got something in my eye when I've been napping, I don't deal with it like normal where you just go try and figure out what's there and fish it out. What I like to do is hold my eye open and pour water in it briefly to try and flood and wash out anything that might be there. Because I can just imagine what it does if you sit there trying to rub on it. Whatever. It'd be crazy. See, I'm raising this up high, 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 and I'm going, as I go in, I'm creating convexity over here, but I'm raising this side up. And it's kind of conducive to making it turtly, but on the other hand, if it gets it high enough, then when I shoot flakes across this side, they're more effective because I'm cutting through at the high spot as opposed to climbing hills from a low angle of attack. And that doesn't help reduce convexity. So I overdo it a little bit with the edge beveling is kind of what I'm saying, to get it high. Okay, I'll be back.